Welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 24th of August for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now, especially if you do comment, because I do answer every single one. Also, you can join Elisa and I on the daily astrology and video show. You can see your written daily horoscope there. I explain the dominant astrological feature of each day. Elisa gives a more spiritual dimension. Or you can download now, free, beneath here, your natal horoscope report to find out exactly where all your planets are located. Now this week begins with the Sun in the sign of Virgo still, along with Mercury. Now Mercury, of course, is the ruler of Virgo, so this presents an opportunity for precision. But we're going to need it this week because on Tuesday there's a quarter moon in the more exuberant, buccaneering sign of Sagittarius. And it's possible that this could see us promise to do things for people in good faith, which may prove actually a bit difficult to deliver upon. Or if we're someone who's very conscientious at the best of times, it may seem that other people's demands are really closing in on us. So it's just a reminder to reinforce our boundaries. Now Mars, the planet of desire, is still in a right angle with Saturn. This has been going on all month. And of course Saturn is in retrograde, as is Mars. So the clue here is that if we're wanting to make progress about something, we're probably going to need to factor in that it might not go quite as quickly as we like, because Saturn can be like almost a brake that restricts and limits us and creates frustration, quite frankly. But Venus is definitely the dominant planet this week and forges a number of very interesting angles. On Monday and Tuesday, she's pushing us to go outside our comfort zone, be a bit more experimental. If we're in a relationship where we're basically happy, but it's become rather too mundane, Venus and Uranus are saying, look, can we change things up a bit? Reimagine how we can do things to recreate the spark. But also Pluto is in conflict with Pluto this week. Now, tiny Pluto is very influential because it is about power. And so when we have Venus opposite Pluto, somebody could offer us something. It may be to do with a business proposition, it may be a financial situation, or it may be affection. It could even be sex. But when Pluto's involved in the mix, we need to be a little bit aware of as to if there's any leverage involved, any catch. But someone may really present something or themselves in such an alluring way, it may be very hard to resist. And also Venus is forging a quite beautiful angle to Neptune. This is one of the most glorious of all the Venus-Neptune angles, and it can promote the potential for true love. But it is also true to say that Venus is in opposition with Jupiter, which is rather an exuberant link, which kind of encourages us to have fun, to be, although Jupiter's weakened in the sign of Capricorn, it is saying, look, if we can break out and enjoy the good things in life, perhaps spoil ourselves a little bit, because Jupiter can be in Capricorn about luxury, and Venus in Cancer is about creating a reality that's rather warming and comforting. So you can see an enormous welter of different planetary influences. The best thing each of us can do is be conscious of sincerity, because with Venus in Cancer, it's a very nurturing, it's a very lovely location, and it can bring out the more mothering instincts within us. But I think if there is somebody perhaps dazzles us with that Uranus energy, who's rather different and dashing, just be conscious of the Pluto energy as well, because the potential for something magical is there this week, but also for some kind of grand deception too. Your specific forecast, Aries, suggests that when it comes to those everyday domestic and finer details that the Sun and Mercury in Virgo are asking you to grapple with, there could be a tendency with the quarter moon in Sagittarius to actually almost bite off more than you can chew. So if you do feel an urge to just be really relentlessly efficient, I'd kind of like dim that down a little bit and just set yourself a very realistic set of objectives. The reason for this is that with your ruler Mars challenged by Saturn, and both of them in retrograde, I just feel that you may really almost overwhelm yourself. And it's almost better to sort of set a lower threshold and just see where that takes you. Now, the more human dimension is going to be very important this week because of Venus. So your relationships, but particularly in the family, are something that can also be calling out for your attention. And if being very productive and focusing on work or organisation takes up too much of your space, it could see you missing an opportunity to connect around the human dimension in quite the way that's possible. But then there could be someone really quite impressive who enters your orbit at this time, and you may be unsure about them. And actually, I think it would be really wise of you to be a little bit sceptical. And that's where the Sun and Mercury in Virgo can be very positive for you, because maybe that just helps to keep you grounded. They're Earth, obviously, Earth in an Earth sign, and that may see you being a little bit doubtful or unsure, but that can also just protect you from getting too swept away, because someone could really impact on your senses this week, spoil you, come up with some kind of grand gesture, and you just need to be aware of what the motive is. If you're clear on that, then it can be a lovely time to get together with the family and really share the specialness of those relationships for sure. Thank you so much for having joined me. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace more serious astrology, please check out my affordable range of astrology reports. You can get 30% off a forecast and a character analysis, or you can check out my one-to-one consultations and see my testimonials below. But for now, stay safe, take care, and good luck.